Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and headlines from Asia. And the first thing I think is the most important of the developments is the Taliban. They are meeting with the United Nations, and this is the first time they actually meet with the United Nations. The United Nations have actually hosted two meetings of its kind, deciding about the future of Afghanistan. But the first two times they never called the Taliban in. So this third meeting is the first time that the Taliban government representative are actually attending this meeting, and this meeting is held in Doha, in Qatar, and so this is the first time the Taliban is in it. So according to the UN spokesperson, they say that the preparatory discussions have begun with the UN meeting separately with many of the special envoys in attendance and with the Taliban representative. So, so according so the, other than the UN officials, there will be over 20 envoys, including from the United States, special representative to the Afghanistan, which will be meeting the Taliban government delegate, which will be led by the spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid. So the talk of the Doha is due to discuss increasing engagement with Afghanistan. So to coordinate response, including economic issues and counter narcotics, the Afghanistan basically by now, the world community basically, despite without official recognition of the Taliban government, has basically accepted that Taliban is the leader, is the government of Afghanistan. There is no contest as much as it is. It's just that no one have basically recognized them, but they are, as of now, technically the official government of Afghanistan and the de facto with effective control of the whole country. So ahead of the UN event, the Taliban Foreign Ministry official Zakir Jalali maintained that any meeting taking place after Monday were unrelated to the official agenda. So not so maybe there's some other meetings on top of the UN meeting, and they also sidelined. So for the Taliban to agree to coming to this meeting, they say that there cannot be civil society organizations, basically NGOs or any activist organizations to be involved. And this caused outcry, especially with the women's rights activists, because they are arguing for the women's right in Afghanistan, because Afghanistan basically went back to the very fundamentalist, very conservative Islam kind of running the country, and women have to veil themselves again. They have to put up the hijab or whatever they call it, and female students, I think, start to have education issues. From my last time I remember, and also that I think there's all the segregations, that guys and girls cannot mix, all these things has been implemented, and basically it is the norm now in Afghanistan right now. So all the reforms that was done by the United States is basically all gone. So the all these rights group is arguing, but the reality is that it's over. Effectively, it is over already. There is basically no way to go back to the to a more democratic, so-called free Afghanistan, because unless you want to fight another Afghan war. So it is what it is. So another big news is Thailand officially submitting its application to join the BRICS. This comes also to along this later with the announcement by Malaysia to also plan to join BRICS. So for Thailand's case, they has officially submitted. So they already submitted the documents, the application to join the BRICS. So they are the first Southeast Asian country to do so, which indicates the country's intent to become part of member, reflecting its strategic ambition to boost economic and competitiveness on the global stage. Basically, I think Thailand is pretty friendly with China, so I think joining the BRICS makes a lot of sense, because Thailand generally is a very neutral country. They don't get themselves involved with most stuff, particularly over the past I think 30-40 years. So the last time that they actually get involved with anything, on the macro scale, on the geopolitical side, is around 50-60 years ago. I think that is already 70 years ago in Vietnam. So other than the Vietnam War, and the things after Vietnam War, like the Civil War in Cambodia, the purge of Khmer Rouge by the Vietnamese forces, all this. Since all this 60s 70s stuff, Thailand has been pretty neutral on all things. So it makes a lot of sense for them to seek BRICS to find some stability, and further opportunities. And Malaysia is following suit, because with the new Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, he has been Prime Minister maybe 2 years. So this guy is a very capable guy. He's a very, very good guy. He has been suppressed by the long time Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, and his political party allies has been pressing down on this guy. So this is the opposition that the first time taking over the ruling party, and he has been doing pretty well so far. And he's basically striking out on for Malaysia on their own foreign policies, and they just celebrated 50 years anniversary with China, welcoming the Chinese Premier Li Qiang to Malaysia. And they also at the same time talked about joining BRICS. So, and they signed a 5 years trade and economic cooperation pact with China. And Anwar also talking to an interviewer about the BRICS, say that they have made a decision to join, and they will be placing a formal procedure soon. So they have not submitted the application yet, but it's going to come soon. And it makes sense because Malaysia is not really that pro-West per se. So they are like Indonesia previously, always try to stand in the middle. They buy both Western and Russian military gears, military aircrafts. So the Malaysia today, I think, still remains pretty much the same, because they don't align with the West on a lot of things. And they, like, even with the Israeli issue, they are firmly pro-Palestine. So it's a stark difference from Singapore, where Singapore, is a bit more neutral, but we are more pro-West a bit. And I would say, our position towards, Israel also might be a bit leaning towards Israel, but at this moment it's gone. It's all gone. Israel have destroyed everything. So anyway, so clearly Malaysia's concern is similar. They are trying to stay neutral. So BRICS is that platform that they can have no check and balances while staying neutral, because ultimately BRICS is not not really exactly anti-West per se organization, but it's definitely an organization that is, other than not pro-West, is basically have no alignment, because Russia, China, and India is separate poles. You see, they are all different powers. So they are all in this organization, making this group very joinable for a lot of neutral countries. So, and you can see that Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, basically said as it is. They say that they can no longer accept the scenario where the West wants to control the discourse, because the fact is they are no longer, they are not colonial powers anymore. Independent countries should be free to express themselves. So basically, joining BRICS for Malaysia is a geopolitical move as well, by basically trying to end this Western-centric global order. So this is Malaysia basically wanting a part of it. So partly also one of the things that I really hope that Singapore would join soon, or at least really look into it. So some bad news around the Malaysia-Thailand border, despite this so-called good news, is that there was a car bombing in southern Thailand. And this car bombing is suspected to be planted by insurgents, because in southern Thailand, in the Patani region, this entire southern region is they are being plagued by insurgents. Because the insurgents are Islamic insurgents, because Patani previously was their own kingdom as well, long time ago. So they have their own, desires to get independent, and clearly, of course, no countries will allow that. So this is an ongoing thing for years and years already. So this latest information happens only over the past 24 hours. As per this recording, explosion happened at 10 o'clock in front of the police station at Banang Sata. So Banang Sata is over here. It's one small little town just off the border with Malaysia, and so the explosion apparently is quite powerful. So houses and vehicles was hit. So the paratroopers and the police district officials came to the scene, and they condor off the area, check there's no more second bomb. So this is just one off. So far, based on this information, there is no one claiming the responsibility yet. Probably it will come soon later. And moving up to the Nepali border. So according to the Nepali media, they say that they will be hosting another boundary talk with China. This time round will be at Kathmandu in the capital of Nepal. So they are trying to sort out their border issues. Nepal and China have this border issue which cannot be resolved for a long time. And the last time they have met on the June 19 and June 20 after an 18-year gap. However, this meeting seemingly have no progress. Basically, nothing seems to be agreed upon, and except that they agreed to meet again in Kathmandu. So this according to Amrit Rai, the foreign ministry. So the Nepali try to urge the start of a joint boundary inspection. However, the Chinese rejected it at this moment. And this joint boundary thing has been stalling since 2006. So it's been almost coming to 20 years. So, but the Chinese did not so-called refuse the idea per se. They did not agree. They just want more time. I think maybe the geopolitical situation is still not the perfect thing, the perfect time yet. Maybe they want more time so that they can gain more either preparation or to gain more geopolitical chips to pressure Nepal to weaken their claims, because border issues are very difficult. It's all about where you want to plant the post, and the border here is just mountains. It's really difficult, things to sort out. So that's Nepal. And so we moving along, of course, we already know that the Houthis are still conducting the blockade in the Red Sea against any ships that is so-called allied to Israel or any Israel allies. So, and this disruption in shipping caused a lot of ships to have to go around the Cape of Good Hope down south to South Africa. And this has created a lot of shipping issues. And now there is heavy port congestions in Singapore. This reported in Singapore, and apparently this shipping problem is not just in Singapore, it's also in other countries as well. So, but reports coming out from Singapore says that the container port is now congested, and it's the worst since COVID pandemic. And so a lot of ships are rerouting to avoid the Red Sea has disrupted global shipping, and the bottlenecks are also appearing in other Asian and European ports. So now what happened is that there is surging rates coming to shipping. There is a lot of port backups. There's not enough empty containers, which is an interesting thing because previously in China there was too much empty containers. Suddenly now there is too little containers. So global shipping is like going up and down like a roller coaster. So and then it's going to get worse because end of year is coming, shopping season is coming, so shipping is going to get even more busier. So the global port congestion is now at an 18-month high, with 60% of the ships now waiting at anchor, located in Asia. So and moving south further down, the ship timetable is disrupted because of missed sailing schedules and fewer port calls. So because they need to go around Africa, so this causing the ships to have to unload off more stuff when they reach transshipment hubs like Singapore. So So yeah, so this is as a result, Singapore's cargo offload volume rise by 22% over the past, since the beginning of the year. So this caused Singapore to be really busy. Maybe it's good money. I'm not sure. I really not sure. Maybe it's good money for Singapore. Maybe it's not. And this congestion in Singapore overflows the traffic into Malaysia's Port Klang and the Tanjung Pelepas, and which also has increased wait time in China as well. So the Red Sea attacks definitely have its ripples. And in a good way or bad way, generally it's bad. But no, I'm not sure if this means more money for Singapore or it's just more trouble for Singapore. And so before we end off, our favorite aircraft type, Boeing 737, their favorite model Max 8, is on the bad news again. So a Korean Air flight flying towards Taiwan have to return to Incheon Airport after sudden depressurization. So this happened on a Boeing 737 Max 8, reported on June 25th. So 19 of the 133 people have ear pains and nose bleeding. Oh, so that's actually horrible. That's actually quite bad. I've been on plane before, and some planes are a bit old, and then they have pressurization problems. Like it's a bit not strong enough, and then I have like severe ear pain, and then my head start to, yeah, it's a very terrible. I mean, for these people, they have nosebleed. I think this is horrible. This must be very, very bad. So the depressurization is under investigation by both airline and the ministry. The aircraft is grounded, and so the transport ministry of South Korea have ordered all 11 airlines to inspect all their aircraft for the regarding the pressurization systems. So the depressurization happened 15 minutes after the flight departed. So wow, that's bad, man. 50 minutes after departure. That's actually quite a distance to go through this. So in a separate incident, the Malaysian airline also has an aircraft forced to return to KL, also due to pressurization system. But this one is with Airbus A330. So, and the aircraft initiated emergency descent, even though they have not even reached 8,000 feet, and the oxygen mask was not deployed. And so so basically, it was also going to be investigated. So yeah, so this is another crazy news with aircraft. A lot of people is telling me that they don't dare to fly. So yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next update.